Okay, listen, folks. This is a live stream, and if you've been watching, my videos, you know that yesterday or the day before, I put up a video about Elvis being the Antichrist. Well, obviously, I have hundreds of videos of that, but uh, when I put that video up, I did a little more research and I found some incredible connections to what I was showing the last couple of days on, especially the last video, because what I did was I had taken one down. I had taken a video down, which I showed with those connections, but I found some other ones, so I did it again. Now I found some more, which is this one is really good. Okay, so just keep watching, and I'm gonna go through the same information first. That way, for the people who hadn't seen that video, can see how all of this connects now, because I might take that one down. Okay, so watch what I show you here. But so remember, the first few things that I'm going to show, obviously, you've seen before. Okay, so let's get through this and uh, get going here. I'm sorry, I'm fumbling, folks, as I'm not really prepared on what I'm saying, but I'm prepared with the cards. So anyway, you know my two predictions, which I've been predicting for the last 6 years almost. Anyway, so on June 11th, there's going to be some type of event in Seattle, that whole area of King County, and Elvis was known as the King. So that's June 11th, obviously next year, and the August 4th Trump head one can either happen this year or next year. Most likely it's going to be next year, but again, it could happen this year. So those are my two predictions. Okay, now let's keep going. And you know that June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, and August 4th is the 216th day of the year. It's all about the 16-2, 216. Do you see that? Okay, and if you know my videos, you know what that has to do with. But anyway, so the identical twins, because Elvis and his identical twin who died at birth, Jesse died at birth, Elvis's identical twin. And notice that they were both born on 1/8. So if you have two of them born on 1/8, that'll make 216. And if you say the date backwards, like they say in the UK, it'll be 16-2. See? So that's why, for this to line up so perfectly with my predictions, is absolutely impossible. Okay, because I didn't know this information when I made the predictions. Okay, so August 4th is the 216th day of the year, and June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. See, it's all about the 216, 16-2, right? And they were identical twins. So if you put the words identical twins into the gematria calculator, you would get 162 forward, 216 backwards. And that's June 11th and August 4th. 162nd day of the year is June 11th, 216th day of the year is August 4th. My two predictions. You see? And if you think it's a coincidence, the 16-2, the 216, Elvis was born in Mississippi. Mississippi's the 16th state. Tennessee's the 20th state. There's your 216, 16, 20. That's June 11th and August 4th with a crown. The O is a crown. Okay? Now, again, what's the coincidences? Because Elvis died on 8/16, the date, and Trump's head wound is on 8/4. So there's your 16-20, 2016, if you say the date backwards, like they do in the UK. 16-20, 2016. It's all, and Trump was elected in 2016. You know that. And August 4th is the 216th day of the year when Trump gets his head wound. Now, let's keep going. Like I said, it's all about Elvis being the Antichrist and Trump his devil twin, right? He's the replacement twin, Trump. Okay, so look, the letters VI in Roman numerals is 6. Okay, 6 VI equals 6 in Roman numerals. So ELVIS, so the VI is 6, and then you have an S, L6s, because the S is saying it's more than 1 6. So it's LVIS, L6s. L666 or 66 or 6666 or whatever. But it's more than one. That's what that's implying. L6s, okay? Because Elvis and EL means God in Hebrew, okay? Now, pay attention, okay? Elvis has the EL in his name, right? I just showed that. So L is the, Elvis, his name is the 666 man, you know what I mean? So Elvis Aaron Presley and the words the Antichrist, when you put those together, Elvis Aaron Presley, the Antichrist, it equals 370. And why is that important? Because notice that it looks like the word ELO. If you turned it, the other way, the numbers. EL means God in Hebrew, just like Elvis. And you have the O, which represents the crown. I told you. It can represent other things too. It can represent an eye, a head, an egg, you know what I mean? A halo, whatever, you know what I mean? There's other things, a face, but mainly it represents the crown. So the ELO, you see? Anyway, hold on one second, folks, before I move on. Hold on. I just want to make sure what's going on in the chat here. Hold on. All right. But this is not as important as what I'm going to show you. This is important. Elvis Aaron Presley, his full name, with the words the Antichrist. Now, this is more important, which I've been showing the last couple of days. But like I said, I have some new connections. Get ready. All right. This is going to prove without a shadow of a doubt that Elvis is the Antichrist. You'll see. Of course, I'm going to show much more important things in the future. But watch. So Elvis, the Antichrist. See, no, it's no longer his full name. It's just Elvis, because this is the 666. Remember when I was just showing you earlier, L6s. Elvis, the Antichrist, equals 221 and 86. This is the forward numbers. These are the backward numbers. Forward numbers are more important, especially the first one. And that's what I was showing you here only. I only showed you the top number, 370, which would be up here. But anyway, so Elvis the Antichrist equals 221 and 86. And by the way, look at this. Look at these numbers right here. 307, 377. Look at that. It's got the EL all over the place because the letters 3 and 7 look like the letters EL. You see what I'm saying? And he died in the year 77 too. But anyway, so why am I showing this? You'll see. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on one second, folks. Before I move on, I want to make sure I put this in here. So, hold on, man. What did I do here? I got all discombobulated. Hold on. Give me a second, folks, to get situated here. Hold on. Sorry, I should have written this out, but I didn't write it. Okay, you remember I just showed you Elvis, the Antichrist equals 221 and 86, right? See, Elvis's age in 2021 was 86. You see that? That's the 221, 86. And that year, he was 86 years old in 2021. You see, that's what I'm saying. It's not a coincidence. And notice, look at this, the prime number, the 221st prime number, because we're doing it with that. The 221st prime number equals 1381. And then when you add the 221 to the 1381, you get 1602. There's your 216, 162. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, and August 4th is the 216th day of the year. Okay? The new stuff is coming. Just pay attention. Okay? And remember, I was telling you all about the 216, 162 with their birth dates, the identical twins. 1818 is 216, 8181. If you say the date backwards, is 162, which is August 4th and June 11th. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Now, back to this. See, I got to show this. Remember, this is something I showed the other day, but I'm going to get to the new stuff. Just wait. So Elvis the Antichrist equals 221, right? That's the most important number here because it's the very top one. Elvis was born on 1/8 and he died on 8/16. First of all, you have the 1/8 right there and you have 8/16. So you have his numbers for his birthday and his death date. And then, but the top number, which is the most important, 221, look, it's 221 days. Now ask yourself, what is the chance of that? How about 0 to none? Okay. And this is not the new information because I've shown this already, but I'm getting to the new stuff. Just relax. So look at that already. Okay. Now, so Elvis's death, oh, hold on, where is it? Elvis's death date was 8/16, and 8/16 is the 228th day of the year. Okay? Hold on. Hold on 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second here. Hold on. Where was I? So Elvis's death date was 8/16, right? 8/16 is the 228th day of the year, right? And look, it's got the 8/16, like I told you, 8/16 and 228. See, it's even got the 228th day of the year in there too. Okay? So I'm just asking you, what are the chances of that, right? It also has his birthday in there, right? 1/8, right? I'm just saying, these are crazy coincidences, right? Hold on 1 second, okay? Now, you know that Elvis, give me 1 second, folks. So you know Elvis and his identical twin, Jesse, their name both equaled 67, okay? If you just, E is the 5th letter, L is the 12th letter of the alphabet, V is the 22nd letter, I is the 9th letter, S is the 19th letter, you just add it up. 67 is 67. 67, when you've written out, the words 67, when written out, is the first number to equal 162. And 162nd day of the year is June 11th. Again, I asked you, what is the chances of that? And the reason I'm showing you that is because from 6/11, which is the date I'm telling you the Seattle event happens, is 67 days. If you add the day to Elvis's death date, which was 8/16, right? Okay. 67 days, right? And the reason, hold on. And the reason I'm showing that, I'm going to show you in a moment, but let me just tell you this, that same year Elvis died, okay? Elvis died on 8/16, right? And he died in 1977. And that same year when Elvis died on 8/16, there was an event that happened on June 11th in 1977, the same year Elvis died. There was a horse called Seattle Slew. Do you understand that won the Triple Crown, the most prestigious race in horse racing? Horse racing is the sport of kings. Elvis was known as the King. Seattle's in King County. He won the Triple Crown, okay, on June 11th, 1977, the same year Elvis died. So that's why, all the things I'm showing you, the fact that this even connects, because Elvis equals 67, and 67 is the first number that equals 162 in gematria, right? Anyway, so the reason I was showing you that, okay, because I told you Elvis is the Antichrist, okay? And listen, the words, the Antichrist, equals 154. If you just add up the letters, it equals 154, the Antichrist. Okay? So ask yourself this. So from Elvis's birthday, okay, pay attention, from Elvis's birthday to 6/11, it's either 154 days or 155 days. And on leap year, it's 156. But we're talking about regular year because Elvis was born in the regular year. So hold on, okay? So from Elvis's birthday to 611, if you don't add the day, but up to that day, it's 154 days. Okay? Then if you start from 611 and add 816, you get 67. So you look, you have the 154 up to 611, but then when you add 611 to the 816 and add 816, you get 67. So 154 and 67, what does it equal? 154 plus 67 is 221. You see that? Elvis the Antichrist equals 221. And if you take the 155, if you add 611 from Elvis's birthday, it's 155. So then you wouldn't add the 611 up to 816. It would be 66. Get it? So 155 plus 66 is 221. Do you see how perfect that is? Is anyone not understanding what I just showed here? Is anyone not understanding what I just showed here? I mean, if you guys aren't paying attention to what I'm showing here, I feel sorry for you guys. This is, I'm giving you revelation, man. This is revelation, right? I'm telling you, this is biblical prophecy that's about to be fulfilled, man. And you guys are not getting it or what, man? This is, you guys just don't, okay, first of all, this is nothing compared to what I'm going to be showing soon. All right, but yeah, I told you I had to calculate the number of the beast. This is no joke, man. All right. Now, so just ask yourself, what is the chance that 154, the Antichrist number, equals with the 67 Elvis number? It equals 221. And I just told you that Elvis the Antichrist equals 221. You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? I mean, this is ridiculous, man. I mean, it's absolutely impossible. Now, here's another, strange coincidence, right? This is, no big deal, but watch. If anyone got in late, you got to go back and watch from the beginning because you're going to not understand what I'm showing. So remember, the Antichrist equals 154 and Elvis equals 67, right? And the total is 221. And if you wrote the words, the Antichrist, Elvis the Antichrist, it equals 221. So it's perfect. The Antichrist equals 154 and Elvis equals 67, right? So it's perfect, obviously. And I showed you that from Elvis's birthday to June 11th is 154 days. From June 11th to the day Elvis died was 67 days. See what I mean? Anyway, so the prime numbers, if you wrote 154, the 154th prime number is 887. The 67th prime is 331. You add it up, it's 1218. And then if you add the 221 to the 1218, it would be 1439. And why am I showing you 1439? Because look at this. I guess this is another strange coincidence. Remember, Elvis died on 816, right? 816 is the 228th day of the year. The 228th prime number is 1439. You see that? Again, I ask you, what is the chance of what I'm showing you? Because remember, the Antichrist number plus Elvis 67, the total is 1439. You see? And the 1439 prime is the 228th. 228th day of the year is 816, the day Elvis died. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Okay? Now, here's some strange coincidences again. So Elvis the Antichrist equals 221, okay? Now, if you go from the date 221 to 611, it's 3 months, 22 days. Okay, this is important too. There's 15 weeks, 6 days. It connects to the crown. But look, 322. And that's a skull and bones number. Because I told you, Elvis is the head of skull and bones. He is the skull and the bones. Okay? It's him. Elvis the Antichrist equals 221. If you go from the date 221 to 611, it's 3 months, 22 days. And why am I showing that? Because of this. Look. Remember, I told you Elvis, the 45 is connected to this big time. Okay, you'll see why in the near future. But Trump is the 45th president. You know that. And I told you, I'll explain it later. But from Elvis's birthday to 221, if you don't add the day, it's 44, but if you add the day, it's 45. So from 1/8 to 2/21 is 45 days. From 2/21, because Elvis the Antichrist equals 2/21, from 2/21 back to Elvis's birthday, it equals 322 days. You see? So you see what I'm saying? It's the 45 for Trump, the 322, the skull and bones number. Now, why am I showing you this? Okay? Why is this so important? Because remember, the Antichrist number was 221. That's why I was showing you that. Okay? This is why I'm showing. Watch. Remember, it's all about the 322 and Trump being the 45th. So Trump is the 45th president. He was born on 6/14/1946. If you use the prime numbers for 6, 14, 19, and 46, this is something I showed years ago. It adds up to 322. You see that? The 6 prime number is 13, the 14 prime number is 43, the 19 prime number is 67, the 46 prime number is 199 equals 322. And he's the 45th. Do you get it? He's the 45th. Do you understand? The 45 and the 322. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. Because I told you, Elvis is the Antichrist, but Trump is here to make sure that Elvis is worshipped. Okay? Do you understand what I'm showing? Okay? And if that's still not enough, let's do this. You know Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th, right? From Elvis's birthday to 2/21 is either 44 or 45 days. From 2/21, because remember the Antichrist equals 2/21. So from Elvis's birthday to from Elvis's birthday to 2/21 is 44 or 45 days. And from 2/21 to 8/4 is 165 days. The 45th president is Trump. The 165th day of the year is Trump's birthday. You see? 45, 165. 45, 165. 6/14. That's the 165th day of the year, which is Trump's birthday. Okay? Yeah. Do you understand? Is there not? Okay. And by the way, Trump is the 44th person to become president. 44th person, but the 45th actual president to take office. Okay? So there's your 44, 45, and the 165. Is anyone not getting this? I mean, this is like one of the most important pieces of the puzzle. I hope you guys are getting that. Because look, it's to the date that Trump's going to get his head wound. Are you getting it? I mean, do you see it? Folks, wake up, man. Here's the, this one's not that big of a deal, but, 4/5, remember we're talking about the 45. So from 4/5, the date, to 11/11, which is Washington's founding date, the state of Washington, because that's where Seattle is 221 days. And, from Elvis's birthday to the day he died was 221 days. And I told you Elvis the Antichrist equals 221, remember? So it's interesting that 4/5, because remember, we're talking about the 4/5, because from 1/8 to 2/21 is 45 days. You know what I mean? So everything is a connection here. Do you understand? Okay, this is no joke, man. Okay, now, so remember, hold on, before I show that, I want to make sure we're all here understanding each other here. Whew, man. Yeah, someone's talking about that Trump getting the silver Torah crown or something. The Jerusalem crown. Yeah, I told you that this is going to happen. That Trump is going to be seen as some type of, king or the next president or whatever the heck you want to call him. But I'm pretty sure, most likely he'll become the president. But, and then, crown him the king of Israel too. Both, But that's after he gets his head wound, okay? Anyway, So he gets this crown, the Jerusalem crown that was given to him by Israel. Can you believe that? I mean, which I've been telling you guys, right? From day one, that he would be like some type of king of Israel. This was, a long time ago, years ago. And because see, Elvis, once Trump gets his head wound and he dies, pay attention, he dies on August 4th. but resurrects back on 8-7 or 8-8. All right. He comes back on 8-7. I mean, most likely 8-8, which is also the Lionsgate portal, which I talked about years ago. And so he gets his head wound on 8-4. They say he's dead. But does Elvis enter him at that point and he becomes the abomination? You understand? And it just so happens August 4th is Obama's birthday, the Obama nation. Do you understand? It's complete mockery, folks. That's why Obama, who's born on August 4th, was the president before Trump. Because Obama's the 44, Trump is the 45. Do you get it? It's complete mockery what they're doing, but Trump is the one who gets the head wound on Obama's birthday, okay? And someone's saying Obama's chef drowned. What? What in the hell? Man, you know what? Bring that back up to me later. Don't forget to remind me to look that up. But look, so Obama's born on August 4th. Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. You see? I told you there. Anyway, I don't want to forget it. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that maybe Elvis enters his body. I told you Elvis needs a vessel. Vessel, Elvis. You understand? I told you, go watch my other videos about that, you know. Someone's saying LeBron's son had a cardiac arrest today too. What in the hell? What day is today that all this happened? 7:25, huh? Isn't that Trump's twin tower address? Trump Tower? Anyway, hold on. Yeah, someone said Clinton's chef drowned 2 years ago or something. I don't know. I don't know about that one, but all of it is crazy what you guys are saying right now. That's unbelievable. Wow. Anyway, so let's keep going here. So now remember, we're talking about Elvis being the Antichrist, and I show for the people who got in late, you got to watch from the beginning. So Elvis the Antichrist equals 221. Remember that? Okay. Elvis, from Elvis's birthday to 8/16, the day he died, is 221 days. From the first of the year to 8/9 is 221 days. What does the 8/9 mean? Why am I showing you this? Okay. And by the way, from the first of the year to 8/8 would be 221 days on a leap year. So the 8/8 is connected to this too. But look, from the first of the year to 8/9 is 221 days. Why am I showing this? Because guess who turns 89 next year? Elvis. Elvis turns 89. And the 24th prime number is 89. Look, it's the year 24. 24th prime is 89. Elvis turns 89. From 1/1 to 8/9 is 221 days. From Elvis's birthday to his death is 221 days if you add the day, and Elvis the Antichrist equals 221. You see what I'm saying? You see the connections I'm making here? I'm just saying, what are the connections? You know, look at the connections I'm making for you. Okay, and if you still think that's a coincidence about the 89, let's look at the next card. If you think that's a coincidence, how about this coincidence? Elvis, what the hell? Elvis, his name equals 67, 22, 89. Look at that. 67, 22, 89. And look at that. Presley, his last name equals, look, well, the reason I'm showing you that is, look, it's his total at the bottom here, because this is the reverse numbers. 89, 100, 189. You see? You see what I'm saying here? 1 to 89 with 2 crowns. 8, 9, 1 with 2 crowns. You see what I'm saying here? Because Elvis needs the 9. I told you. Elvis needs the 9. Elvis needs the 9. I've already explained that a million times. All right? I've been saying that for years. So anyway, so Elvis, pay attention. Elvis is 67. Elvis equals 67, and his total is 89. Now, what do you need? What do you need to make this equation? You need the 45, because 45 plus 22 equals 67. See, that's the missing piece here, because what is in between 22 and 67? It's the 45. Elvis needs the 9. Add all numbers between 1 through 9, it equals 45. You see? The Elvis needs the 9, which is the 45. And of course, 4 plus 5 equals 9. Okay? Are you getting what I'm showing you here? Are you getting it, folks? Pay attention. Pay attention. Remember, Elvis needs the 9, and Elvis turns 89 next year. The Space Needle, the words Space Needle, which I told you equals the words fallen angel. Okay? I'll tell you the anagram in a minute for these two, but Space Needle equals fallen angel. Elvis is Lucifer. I told you he's the representation of Lucifer who changed to Satan, who became Satan. He lost his crown. He lost his name. Space Needle equals 89, 44. Okay? Look, what am I showing here? What's the missing piece again between 89 and 44? The 45. You see? You remember what was the missing piece with Elvis, and his name was the 45? Now what's the missing piece for the 89, 44? Is the 4, 5 in the middle. 45, you see? Are you getting that? Are you getting it? And remember, I told you from Elvis's birthday to 221 was 45 days if you add the day, or 44 if you don't add the day. And Trump is the 44, 45 president, okay? And Elvis the Antichrist equals 221. So that's why I'm using the 221 date from Elvis's birthday to 221 is 45 days. I mean, it's a perfect puzzle, man. Do you not understand? First, okay, before I show you the next thing, somebody's asking me about the Angels baseball team. I told you, I'm glad you brought that up, even though it's kind of, I don't really want to get distracted, but it needs to be said that there was a baseball player, a pitcher, and the pitcher is the #1 spot in baseball. And the reason I'm bringing this up, because someone's asking, is there any connection to the Angels baseball team? And of course there is, because their pitcher died not too long ago. And what's important about that pitcher dying? Because there's other people who died. That pitcher was wearing the number 45, and they were calling him a fallen angel, okay? So, and I told you Space Needle equals fallen angel, same exact letters and numbers, same exact numbers. And Space Needle, anyway, so what's important about this, because the pitcher was wearing number 45, and when a pitcher is on the mound, he looks like the top of the Space Needle. He's the needle on the mountain, the mound, because the top of the Space Needle looks like a mound, and it has he's the needle. He's the man on the mountain, okay? The man on the silver mountain, get it? Anyway, because silver is like the word Elvis too. The only thing that's not supposed to be there is the R, and R is the 18th letter. Elvis is born on the 818, get it? So silver is Elvis, basically, But anyway, so the pitcher who died was wearing the number 45. And what's important about that, because they were calling him fallen angel, right? The big A at Angel Stadium. So is it a coincidence that this thing looks like the Space Needle? I mean, you got to be kidding me, right? Look at this. Look at this thing. This is their structure outside Angel Stadium. You see that? Now you tell me, what is the chance that this thing looks like the Space Needle, and they made such a big deal of this pitcher dying, and he was wearing the number 45, folks? Do you understand how impossible these coincidences are? Okay? And he's wearing the number 45, all right? Because it connects to the Elvis connection and the Trump connection. I keep telling you that, all right? Now, here's where the 45 comes into play, folks. This is it right here. Watch. Remember, look. Get ready, folks. Here it comes, all right? So remember, Elvis the Antichrist equals 221, and I showed you all the 221 connections just right now, right? No. Hold on. Before I show you the mind blowing info, someone's saying about the Space Needle being moved to Portland. That's not true. That is a April Fool's prank about the Space Needle. Get ready, folks, because they're gonna. You remember I told you they did the Space Needle April Fool's prank the year that Elvis was at the halftime show at the Super Bowl. Okay, it's not true. It's just it's a April Fool's prank like they did back in 1989. Did everyone hear that? They did an April Fool's prank where they said the Space Needle fell in 1989. Okay, and that's the year Elvis was at the Super Bowl. Okay, that was the Elvis halftime Super Bowl. The whole halftime show was Elvis. Okay, now it's all about the 89. Like I said, Elvis turns 89 next year. All right, and Space Needle equals 89. We're just look. I don't get me distracted, folks. All right. No, I haven't heard of the movie SOL, so I don't know what that is. So if you want to put it down, go ahead. But and no, I don't know anything about the Jamie Foxx thing, but I'm pretty sure there's something going on there. He dies in the movie. It's a cartoon. Yeah, I don't know who dies in the movie. Who? You mean Jamie Foxx? Like who dies in that movie? Because I know Jamie Foxx had some kind of heart incidents, or I mean, some kind of stuff, right? Yeah, I don't know what you guys are saying. Who dies? Jamie's character dies in the movie. Okay. No, I didn't watch the Michael J. Fox show. You can tell me about it. But anyway, listen. So here's the mind blowing info. Get ready. So from remember the Elvis the Antichrist equals 221. So from Elvis's birthday to 221, the date is 45 days. Okay. Now pay attention. Okay. If you put Elvis's birthday to 222, 222, it would be 45 days, but if you didn't add the day, because technically it would be 46 days if you add the day if it was 222, which is Washington's new birthday, right? So it could still connect to the 222, all right? And the reason I'm saying that, because remember, where's that piece of paper? Hold on, folks. Let me find that piece of paper. Oh, man. Hold on, folks. Give me 1 second here to find this piece of paper here. Unbelievable. Every time I'm looking for something, I can't find it. So remember I told you that from Elvis's birthday to 8/16 on a regular year, not a leap year, is 221 days. From Elvis's birthday to his death is 221 days. 221 equals Elvis the Antichrist, right? But here's the thing. On a leap year, from Elvis's birthday to 8/16, it can be 222 days or 221 days. 222 days if you add the day on a leap year. So it connects to the 222. Do you understand? That's why I was showing this equation right here. Because if you go to 222, you could get the 45 if you don't add the day. So it would be 222. On the calculator, it would say 45 days, not including that date, or 46 days. I'm talking about for 222. It would be 45 or 46, but it's actually 46. And that's why you have a 46 president connecting to all of this. Okay, you had to have it. Okay, so now listen. The reason I'm showing you this, pay attention. The Elvis the Antichrist equals 221. And remember, it connects to the 222 also. Remember, I was just showing you that, okay? So, what happened in the year 2022? On 8/16, Elvis, from Elvis's death date of 8/16/1977 to 8/16/2022, he became 45 years dead. Okay? He was dead for 45 years. And from that date to 6/11/2024 is 666 days. So the 45 years from his death to 8/16/2022, his death date anniversary. 45 years he was dead. Then from that day to 6/11/2024 is 666 days, you see? Okay? So it's connecting to the 45. Do you get it? All right? Does that make sense? Now pay attention, okay? Look at the 4-5 and look at the 666, because look at the next equation I'm about to show you. So, you know, from Elvis's birthday on a regular year, I'm up close because I don't want you to see what else I have written there. So, from Elvis's birthday, oh my God. Oh man. I'll just show it. I don't care. Forget it. From Elvis's birthday to 6/11 is 154 days or 155 days on a regular year, not a leap year, regular year. Now, if you wrote 154 and 155 into the gematria calculator, writing it out, 154 every letter and 155 every letter, look what you get. 4, 4, 5 with a crown, 216, 666. So you have the 45, then all this in between, get it? Everything in between, then you get 666. Are you getting what I'm saying? Elvis turned 45 years dead in the year 2022, and it was 45. Then 666 days later, it was June 11th. You know what I'm saying? And you know, here's the thing: is it possible that Trump gets his head wound first? You know what I mean? It's definitely possible, because if that's the case, so Trump gets his head wound on 2/16, which is 8/4, and then Elvis comes. You know what I mean? Is that possible? Yeah. But I still think it's going to be next year, because it seems like, because he's not going to be in Ohio. Trump has to get his head wound in Ohio, but I don't know, man. Anything's possible. It could still happen this year on August 4th. Anyway, but look, now pay attention, okay? Look, 154, 155, right, equal 450. That's 45 with a crown, and 216. Trump is the 45th president. His head is going to be, you know what? That's the head, right? Or the crown. Head is a crown. 45, Trump, his crown, his head wound. 216, the 216th day is August 4th. Get it? You see what I'm saying? All right. Now, so what would happen if we added Elvis to this? Because remember, this is Elvis's birthday to 6/11 is 154 or 155 days in a regular year. So if we added Elvis Aaron Presley to this, what do you think is going to happen? Everyone's seen this before. There's nothing new. Look at that. So if you add Elvis Aaron Presley to 154 and 155, you get 666. And that is because, see right here, it says 154 and 155 only, and it equals 450 plus 216. The 216 is Elvis. Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216. And that's why it comes out to 666 when you add his name to 154 and 155. Now, folks, pay attention, all right? I want you to use your brain, okay? There is no other date that works for. There is no other date that works for. Only the 154, 155. I'm saying those are the only two numbers that can do that. Okay? No other numbers can do that. Are you getting it? That's why it's absolutely impossible for these coincidences. It's impossible. We're talking, it's not even in the realm of in 1 in a zillion, okay? Forget 1 in a billion. It's 1 in how many trillions, okay? It's absolutely impossible, okay? Anyway, so So anyway, so that is that. Now, if that's still not enough for you, folks, if that's still not enough, if that doesn't blow your mind, what I'm showing you right there, look at this. Look at this, folks. Watch this. Okay. Hold on, man. I'm about ready to lose it. So remember that I was showing, hold on, where am I here? So remember I was showing that Elvis turned 45 years dead in 2022, right? You know what I mean? So if let's just say, because that year in 2022, Elvis turned 87. Okay, but just pay attention, all right? Who cares about that right now? Even though 87 there is a connection, but I'm not going to talk about that. But Elvis was 87 years old in 2022. That year on 8/16/2022, because I told you from Elvis' birthday to 8/16 is 221 days. Elvis the Antichrist equals 221. From Elvis' birth to 8/16 is 221 days. Elvis the Antichrist equals 221. From 8/16, Elvis' death date, and he was 45 years dead at this year. 2022, he would have been 45 years already dead. And then from that date to 6/11 is 666 days, right? Now, why am I showing this equation? Because right here, you see this 7 months, 9 days? So it's 221 days is 7 months, 9 days. 7, 9. Watch this. Watch this. Look at this. If you listen, Elvis, the year he died was in the 70s, right? So if you started from the 1970, and I'm going to tell you why that's important in a moment, but first let's just look at this. If you counted 70 through 78, it equals 666. See, you would have to take the 79 out. Because see, if you went 70 through 79, it would be, I can't remember now, it would be, I forgot what it was. I think it was 745. It would be 745 if you added the 79. Do you get it? So taking out the 79, it would make a 666. Like, I just want to know, what is the chance of that? I'm just saying, what is the chance of that? That you have a 221 connection with the 7 months, 9 days. All right, 7, 9. And then you have a 666 connection. And you take out the 79 out of the 70s, and it's a 666 connection. If you add up all the numbers between 70 through 78, it equals 666. I'm just saying, because we're not adding the 79. Do you get it? Does anyone look, folks? Look, I know that that's stretching it, but what is the chance? I'm just saying, what is the chance of that? And the reason that I even did that equation, I forgot to write it out. This is why it's important, because notice, because I told you, remember I was showing you the 450, 45 with a crown. See, everything is about the 45 and a crown. And so watch. So remember, I was just showing you that Elvis died in the 70s, right? So why is that important, the 1970? Okay, first of all, Elvis was born in 35. So 35 years later, it would be 1970. So there's a connection there, because he was born in 35. I'm sorry, I don't remember what I just said, but he was born in 35. 35 years later would be 1970. Okay, watch. So 1970 is 197 with a crown. 197 with a crown. All right? So pay attention. 45th prime equals 197. See that? So 45th number, the 45th prime equals 197, and you have a crown. 45 with a crown. Okay? So I just told you that you remember the equation I showed with if I could find the stupid equation, I don't even know what I did with it now. Anyway, I showed you that a minute ago. All right, for anyone who got in late, you got to watch from the beginning or you're not going to understand. It doesn't matter. A halo, a crown, whatever it represents, a face, a head. It doesn't matter. A crown is a head. So it represents a head, most likely, which also represents a crown. Anyway, I'm talking to somebody asking about the O. All right. Listen, if you're going to troll, I'm just going to ban you. Stop trolling, all right? With a stupid name like Biden. Anyway, so that's why I was saying that's 45 with a crown. Get it? 45 with a crown. Now, so that's why. No, I'm not saying you're trolling. Your stupid name is a troll. Anyway, but so listen. So then, why is this important? Because look, from there, you would go 7 years forward to when Elvis died, right? So it would. So you get it. Look. 45th prime number is 197, and then 1970, right? It starts the countdown kind of, and then you go 7 years forward. That's when Elvis died, 1977. 1977. 77. So pay attention. So, man, my brain is like trying to explain this. So it just so happens that this is the 611th prime number is 4507. So look, remember, 45th prime is 197, 45, 197, then a crown, the crown, then 7 years later. Get it? 1977. Elvis died in 1977. And what happened in 1977 on June 11th? You had the Triple Crown that was won by a horse called Seattle Slew in the sport of kings, horse racing. And Elvis was known as the king, and Seattle's in King County. And that's why Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis the King lived. And when was Martin Luther King killed? On 4/4, but it fell on the 4/5 normal day because 4/4 on a leap year falls on the 4/5's regular day because it was a leap year. So you see how it fell on the 44/45. And I just told you about the 44/45 connection, all that. And Martin Luther King, he's got the king. Elvis was known as the king. Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown the same year Elvis died. Elvis is known as the king. Seattle Slew wins on June 11th the Triple Crown. Seattle's in King County, right? You see what I'm saying? And now, remember what they did to Martin Luther King. Guess what now King County is named after, in, where Seattle is. Seattle's in King County, right? What is King County named after now? Martin Luther King. It wasn't named for him. They officially named him in 2006 or 2005 on April 19th. But what I'm saying is, you see how insane this is? Did you guys get this? What I showed here, do you get it? I mean, oh man, I can't believe you guys. How is it that nobody comments about this? Are you looking at what I just showed you? The 611th prime is 4,507. 4/5 crown 7. 45th prime is 197. 1970 is 197 with a crown. Then 7 years later, it would be 1977. 1977. 4/5 with a crown, 197. 45th prime is 197. So you have 45 with a crown and then 7. Get it? 1977. My goodness, man. Okay? Do you understand what I'm showing? Do you understand, man? This is impossible coincidences, man. All right? Absolutely impossible. All right? And I could show you more connecting to Trump with that, but I'm talking about, that is with Trump too, but I'm saying, okay, so that's why when I show you this, I'm just saying it's just another weird coincidence. Forget about this anyway. This is too confusing. But yeah, I'm not even going to show this. This is way too confusing. Hold on. Yeah, I could show. You know what? There is much more to show, but I'm not going to show it, folks. This is just too much. This is just too much, man. So remember, all right, I'll show this. Might as well get it over with. So, hold on. What are you guys talking about here? I don't know what you guys are talking about, but so you know the year Elvis died, I told you that's the year Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown, right? On June 11th, which is the day I'm telling you Seattle gets struck. So listen to this. So you know Elvis, he's born on 108, and I told you Elvis needs the 9, okay? Just forget about the date so much. It's just Elvis needs the 9. And look, add all numbers between 1 through 9, you get 45. And I told you it's all about the 45 and all that stuff. But look, remember I told you Elvis needs the 9. You know, 109 plus 45 equals 154, which is the Antichrist number. See, Elvis, from his birthday, if you add 108 here to 46, then you would get the 154. See, that's why he needs the 9, because the 9 fits perfectly with the 45. 1945. You see what I'm saying? That's why the Antichrist number equals 154. That's why. The Antichrist equals 154. That's why the 9 is what you need. All right. And of course, I've explained that in the past, which I have to do again, So why am I showing that? Because that year, okay, I'm going to show you. Remember, I was telling you about the 9. So that year that Elvis died, there was a Super Bowl. It was number 11. That Super Bowl was played on 109 in the year Elvis died. And that's the year that Seattle Slew, the horse in horse racing known as the Sport of Kings, wins the Triple Crown on 6/11, and Elvis dies on 8/16. So you had the 109 to the 6/11. Remember I told you from 109 to 6/11 is 154 days. That's the Antichrist, the 154 days, right? And then from 6/11 to 8/16 is 67 days. And I told you 154 plus 67 equals 221. And Elvis, the Antichrist, equals 221. Anyway, so pay attention. So that Super Bowl was played on 109, right? Interesting that the date I told you is 109, 77, and look, it's the 11th, like kind of like a 9/11 right there. But look, and that was the year 1977, but it was the date 109, 1977. But anyway, look, the Raiders won 32-14 over the Vikings, the 6 kings. Get it? VI means 6, remember? In Roman numerals. 6 kings. But anyway, Raiders win 32-14. And look, the word ELO equals 32-14. Look at that. 32-14. And I'm not sure, did that ELO album come out that year with the Space Needle thing? I mean, somebody needs to check that. I'm not sure about that one. Remember that band ELO that I was telling you about? Anyway, so, and by the way, the Raiders, the Super Bowl next year is going to be played on the 42nd day of the year. I told you guys that, and Elvis died at the age of 42, and Washington's the 42nd state, and Washington's original birthday was 2/11. So it's being played on 2/11 the next year's Super Bowl. It's the first time ever that's being played on 2/11, which is the 42nd day of the year. Anyway, so the Raider, and it's being played in Las Vegas. And the Las Vegas, now who's the team that plays there now? Raiders. Isn't that interesting? It's the Las Vegas Raiders. And Elvis used to play in Las Vegas all the time. But it's interesting that now it's going to be played and by the way, not just 2024, 2025 also. 2 years in a row they're going to be playing in Las Vegas. I mean, that's pretty crazy in itself. Anyway, yeah, 9/11 is the 6/11. I told you guys that. But that's not how I came up with 6/11. I told you it was all supernatural. Okay? Anyway, so remember that same year that the Super Bowl happened, you had the Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown and Elvis dying the year of the Super Bowl on 109. And look, is it just a coincidence, folks? Pay attention. From 109, like I told you, to 6/11 is 154 days. The Antichrist equals 154. Super Bowl, hold on, I can't even see it. So remember, I told you from that date of the Super Bowl to 6/11 is 154 days. The Antichrist equals 154. And look, Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown on June 11th, right? That day, which connects to the Antichrist number. And look at that. It was the 109th running of the Belmont. That was the race that he won the Triple Crown with. That was the last race of the three races that it's called the Belmont. And it was the 109th running, you see? 109. One. That's Super Bowl. 109th running. You see how, do you understand how impossible these coincidences are? Okay? I don't know how else to explain it to you. Look, to the people in the chat talking and saying, that's not me, that's not me, don't bother with that. Don't bother, because it's not going to get anywhere. I told you, let the trolls do it. Because let me tell you why. Because, see, if you ignore the trolls, let me tell you what's going to happen. They'll eventually say something bad, and then I'll delete them. Do you get it? So that's how I know. So let them just talk. Of course, if I see something that you don't normally say, I'm going to delete them. There's no way for me to know, because let me tell you what's going to happen. All they're going to do is come back with the same picture. Once I delete it, they'll just come back. Let's just let the trolls be the trolls, folks. That's why I'm trying to tell you, you have to ignore it. If you are the person that's being copied, just ignore it. It's not bugging me, because I told you, you can't let the trolls win. I will never let them win, okay? So get that through your heads, folks. You can't let the trolls get to you. They're not getting to me. All right? I just feel bad for you guys that you guys can't understand it. All right? Anyway, what else can I show? I think that's it, folks. I'm not going to show anymore. But anyway, listen, the Super Bowls are super important because it is a ritual for them. Everything that's major is a ritual, okay? All right. So my point is that that's why it's so important, and that's why Elvis having that halftime show, not the real Elvis, a supposed impersonator, And I told you how important that Super Bowl was. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but the fact that it happened in 1989 is what's important. Okay, and that same year in 1989. In that same year, in 1989, you had the April Fool's Space Needle coming down prank. Space Needle came down. It was a prank on April Fool's Day in 1989. You see what I'm saying? And Elvis turns 89 next year, 2024. Elvis turns 89. See, do you understand how I'm telling you, folks, get ready, all right? You have no idea what I'm going to show, but this is just the beginning of things, okay, that I'm putting out there, all right? Anyway, God bless all of you, and like I said, folks, you got to ignore the trolls, because there's no way you're going to let them win, because if you let them win by whatever, you understand, all it's going to do is mess you up, all right? We can't let them win, and that's why I'm not going to let them win. I'm just going to let them do what they do. You know how many, by the way, I get prank phone calls all day and night. Doesn't bother me because I have it shut off. So, you understand? That's how you win. You just let them do whatever the hell they want. And eventually, like little children, when you ignore them, they go away. You understand? When there's no more food, the flies and crap go away. They go away because they eat all the crap. Because they're going to eat their own crap. You understand? They're going to burn in hell. And that's what's going to happen to these trolls. And that's why we are blessed, folks. We are blessed. When they persecute us, we're blessed. That's why I say amen every time when they bug me. All right? Anyway, folks. Oh, you know what? Let me just show this. So you know man, I don't know if I want to show this. Well, hold on. Let me just show it anyway. So you know that just since we're talking on the subject of the sixes, I'm going to do a whole video about how Elvis is connected to the 666. I've shown like half of the information before in a video, but I found so much more. So you know June is the 6th month, right? And if you keep going, like if you add 12 months every time, 6, 12, I mean 6, and then 12 months would be 18. So it'd be 6, 18, 30, then 42, then 54, then 66, and so on. I have a chart for this, I've shown. So the 666th month is in June, right? It is. I've shown that many times. The 666th month is in June. Now pay attention, okay? And I'm going to show more connections to that. But isn't it interesting that I got to finish this video. I just got to put this out there. All right. So this is what June equals, folks. Pay attention. And by the way, June equals the word Bush. And Bush was the 9/11 president. Bush equals exactly the word June, okay? So, but look at this. This is what June equals forward. All right, I'm not going to show you what the backwards numbers are. It's not important because what I'm about to show you doesn't equal the same backwards, only the forward number, okay? So, so look at this. So remember that June is the month that has the 6, the 66 month, and the 666 month. Okay, that's why Elvis has to come in June. I mean, that's why Seattle, the event has to be in June when the whatever this ritual resurrection is going to be. Okay, of Elvis. Okay, and that's the same month that Trump is born, in the month of June, right? But Trump's gonna get his head wound in August, on August 4th. But look, check it out. So remember I told you. So remember what I told you. That June equals 5014, right? Now what? And Trump, he's born 5 months, 14 days into the year. He's born on 614, but 614 is 5 months, 14 days into the year. And you know what was founded on 514? The state of Israel. Look at that. And Trump's born 614, but it's 5 months, 14 days into the year. But look, this is what I want to show you. Remember VI equals 6 in Roman numerals? VI is 6, and then the S implies more than one, so it's sixes. L sixes, and VIS would be the sixes. Okay, God sixes. L means God. God, the 666 God. Now watch. VIS equals 5014. Look at that. VIS equals 5014. Now I just asked you, how is that possible? The only month that equals this number would be June. I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on. I mean, it's absolutely impossible what I'm showing you, because I told you Rome wasn't built in a day. They've taken 2,000 years to do what they're about to do, folks. That's why the Antichrist was birthed in this moment in time, okay? Yes, yeah. you know, what you could do. No, forget it. I was going to talk to people who were getting annoyed by the troll. Uh, yeah, forget it. Don't worry about it. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to give it away. But anyway, all right, folks. God bless all of you. And like I said, ignore the trolls. And like I said, I'm not paying attention to anybody writing whatever the hell they're writing. But if they have a legitimate question, I'm answering it. So unless they say something really bad, that's the only time I'm going to delete the comment. Okay? And what I was going to say was, look, folks, God bless everybody. And of course, except for the except for the trolls, which are going to burn in hell. Like I said, I'm not even worried about them. All right. So I only discussing it because you guys are discussing it. Okay. And eventually what I'm going to do is, if people keep saying that's not me, I'm just going to delete all of you who say that. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying? So that way we'll know that it's not you. You know what I mean? That's funny, right? Anyway, but don't worry about it. I'm not even going to do any of that. I'm just going to let them do whatever they want, and I'm just going to, as long as they don't say anything bad, that's all it's about. Okay? Anyway, God bless all of you, and all right. Anyway, take care. End of video. Jesus is God. All right?